What were
Yeah.
we going to talk about briefly in the beginning?
Oh, just your thoughts on the game.
Overall, okay.
Yeah, just
Okay, fine.
overall thoughts, right? My thoughts are
Right,
gonna
right.
be
Okay.
of Royale. Yours is gonna be of the original version. It's very simple, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ned, and welcome back to a podcast. The what did we call this podcast again? Uh,
The video game retrospective.
the video game
Oh, but that was a long time
retrospect.
ago.
No, but like this is still the video game retrospective podcast, episode 4, because we did episodes 1, 2, and then 3, if I'm not mistaken. We did
Mm,
already 3 episodes of this. The first one was obviously Resident Evil. The second one was
uh-huh.
Final Fantasy 7, and now the third one
Mm.
was God of War Ragnarok. After talking about that game, I never want to play it again. But regardless, today this podcast is going to be about Persona 5. That's right, not Persona 1, 2, 3, or 4, but Persona 5. Now, I know some people who've played Persona 4 swear on Persona 4 is the best, but Persona 5 right now is in the top 5 of all games of all time. But regardless, I'm joined here today again with Bum. Say hello, Bum.
Hello, Bum.
Okay. But anyways, so I've played the game on my channel. You can take a look in the description below. But I've played the entire game on stream, and Bum has also finally finished the game. I've been waiting for him to finish this game for like the past 3 months. Anyways, what was your
Yeah.
thoughts on the game? You played the original version. We have to specify this. There's the original, and then there's the Royale version. Now he's played the original
Mm.
only, and I've played the Royale. So our thoughts are gonna be slightly different. Anyways. Maybe not so much. Go ahead, Bum. What did you think about Persona 5 in general?
Man, honestly,
Go ahead.
just to keep it brief, it was my favorite game of all time. Currently tied with Final Fantasy VII. It really blew me away.
Mm. Yeah.
I've. It's a very like. It was very, very entertaining. Not a single dull moment throughout my entire playthrough. Just a blast from beginning to finish to the end. Unlike God of War Ragnarok, where it has its slow moments. But
Yeah.
Persona 5, no, no, it's not like
Yeah.
that at all.
It's a straight shot all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Because for me, it was an experience that I never gonna get in another game that's gonna give me this experience. The only other game that I put above it. There's only 2 games I would put above it, and that's Bloodborne and Devil May Cry 5, because it's like those experiences cannot be topped. Regardless, this game, throughout the entirety of it, there wasn't a moment where it's like you said, not a done moment. It was just entertaining
Mm-hmm.
all the way through. At times, it's like watching a really
Ticks
good
all the
anime.
boxes.
It takes all the boxes exactly. Even though
Yeah.
I'm mostly love when gameplay is of the focus, this game really does put story to the focus. That's why I think it's still really
Mm.
good. It does have the gameplay elements. It's kind of like the Yakuza series, where it's like they have both, the
What?
story and the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna
anyways,
get into Yakuza soon, by the way.
you are okay. Okay, then we're both gonna get into
Yeah, yeah.
that because I haven't. I'm also trying to
Yeah.
get into it. It's just really long series of games, bro. Like the
7
game
games, I believe.
9. What are you talking about?
9. Oh wow. Okay.
Or
It was the latest one.
the 10th one actually is Yakuza Gaiden. Uh, like a Dragon Gaiden. That's the latest one. Or is that the
Ah,
11th?
the
Which
man
one?
who raised his name.
Yeah, that one.
No, that came out in 2023.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
a
the
lot.
latest one was Infinite Wealth.
Infinite Wealth came out before that.
Hmm. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
So 9 games overall.
9 games overall, which is or at least you gotta play through those ones because they're all connected. I don't have to play through all the Persona 5s just to all the Persona games to enjoy Persona 5. But yeah, Persona 5, really great game. It is one of those experiences you have to definitely experience for the first time with
Yep.
no spoilers. So if you
Best
haven't played,
JRPG in my opinion so far.
how many JRPGs have you actually played for this to be your best?
Not a lot actually. Final Fantasy 7, 15, Yeah, that's about it.
That's not a lot of
No,
JRPGs, bro.
but I do have a lot of. Okay, but so far it's the best one I've played.
Okay, all right, all right. I mean, there's not much
Mm.
competition between Final Fantasy 7, 15. That's about it.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, okay. It is also my favorite JRPG, right? I have to agree there. It is also my favorite. But yeah. Anyways, now that we have our thoughts out of the way, let's talk about gameplay. The not so main portion of this. The story is like the one thing I really want to talk about, but we have to start with gameplay. What did you think?
It was very. Took me a while to get used to it. Very surprising. I thought that turn-based RPGs were a thing of the past, but Persona brought that back. So I was really surprised. I didn't know anything about the gameplay before I started the game. So I thought it was gonna be a hack and slash like Devil May Cry.
Mm.
But when I got to the turn-based part, in the beginning I was a bit how do I say this?
Put off.
Disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah, put off. Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
put off because I thought that come on, turn-based. I've had enough of this in Final Fantasy 7. But surprisingly, the Atlas really executed the turn-based gameplay. They made it fun.
Yep.
Was not very
Yep.
didn't get tedious.
Yeah.
Every encounter was there's a lot more mechanics and their mechanics are fun and all that. I enjoyed it.
Mm.
I enjoyed it very much. It's not like Final Fantasy 7. There are a lot more commands, a lot more
Stuff you could
details in
do.
regards to enemy weaknesses.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Uh,
fucking status ailments.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like it took what Final Fantasy 7 did, but it made it better. In
Yeah.
short,
I mean, in general, yeah, because they evolved the um the the turn-based combat. It's the only company really still doing turn-based combat is Atlas. Even with their latest game,
mm,
Soul Hackers, they also still doing turn-based, but they are the
mm,
one of the few that's still able to do it really really well and still make it interesting.
yeah,
I guess maybe the visuals
and they
did.
make it fun, entertaining. Exactly.
Yeah,
There's like the music, the animations,
exactly, exactly.
the personas. They made it fun. They didn't make it annoying.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
yeah,
So then it would be your second like Final Fantasy, not turn-based type of game. But this one you really
yeah.
it took you a while to get used to it or try to enjoy it.
Mm-mm. No, not
Mm,
that. I enjoyed it from like it
from
took me a while, but
mm,
not as much as Final Fantasy 7 did. Final Fantasy
okay.
7 really put me off. But actually, I never got used to Final Fantasy 7. I think even at the end of the game, I still hated the turn-based combat,
Damn.
especially
Okay.
that music. Oh god, that music gives me PTSD.
Every time you go into a boss into a fight.
Yeah, the no, I hate the
I
jingle.
oh my god, yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I know. It's nightmare fuel,
but
bro.
Persona 5 is the opposite. Every time I get into an encounter, I
Enjoy
get
it.
excited. I'm like, oh yes, yeah.
But
The music just pops in.
exactly. That is true. That is true. Because it definitely was like that as well. when
Yeah,
when you get in, you could also not do the fights if you wanted to. You could sneak past the entirety of it. Like you could
yeah.
avoid
There's no random
fights.
encounters. It's your choice whether you want to fight or not.
Exactly,
Unlike
but
Final Fantasy 7.
exactly. Why are you throwing this at Final Fantasy 7 so much, bro? You sure this game is tied with Final
Because
Fantasy 7?
yeah, no,
Bro,
actually, now on second thought, I think it's better than Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, it's
right?
better than Final
It's
Fantasy
better.
7.
Okay.
I mean, to
It.
be fair,
Mm,
FF7 came out in 1997. This one
mm.
came out in 2016. No, 17. Sorry.
Okay. What about its remake? Well, you haven't played remake 2, but you've played remake 1. So what about
I
its remake?
honest, you can't be compared. They're too
Mm.
different.
Yeah, they're very different. Very very different for sure.
Yeah,
But which one do you would you enjoy
Final
more?
Fantasy 7 remake is a very linear. I'd prefer Persona 5, of course.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It still has cooler mechanics,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Because that's the thing.
Final Fantasy 7 was very linear.
Linear. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. My mind is with the new one that came out recently, Rebirth. But yeah,
Mm.
Okay, linear makes sense. But yeah, so
Hmm.
you enjoyed the combat more than you thought you would, even though it is turn based. It's the same for me though.
Yes. Yes.
It when I
I
first
think,
played. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Look, if no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. I was gonna go on a long tangent. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If all turn-based games are going to be like Persona 5, then
Mm.
turn-based might just be my favorite genre.
I had to break it to you, but none of them
If
are like
executed the way
that.
if executed the way
Like,
Atlas did with Persona 5.
fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Because the thing
Because
is, yeah, go ahead.
because in Final Fantasy 7, whenever you're exploring the map, and all of a sudden, and you can't see any enemies, but all of a sudden the enemy just pops up, and then there's that horrible sound effect, that the
Yep.
and then it turns into the theme,
Yep.
and you're like, oh, this again. But Persona 5, it's never like that.
Mm.
Every time I get into an encounter, I'm like, oh, it's time to dance.
It's time to literally gonna get up and dance because there's music, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Fair enough. But the thing is that was kind of the way they had to do it back in the days. With having not being, they couldn't really render monsters out every single time. They had to have them be invisible and make them random. I still hate random encounters, but that is what their reasoning was. Now they don't have to do that. They can make it completely visible. You can avoid them. That's, I guess, Persona
Right,
5
yeah.
does really, really well. Okay.
Mm,
But yeah, the thing is, with when I first played Persona 5, I played it ages ago. I also played the original just like you did, right? And
mm,
it surprised me the turn based because I was trying to. I'm one of those guys, right, that heavily prefers a game have a tutorial, like a very well thought out tutorial. I even had it
right.
in my Kingdom Hearts video. I was explaining very much that how Kingdom Hearts does its tutorial really well. It's a very easy tutorial, but it's a really good tutorial because it teaches you how to play. This game
Mm.
definitely, Persona definitely goes into teaching you how to play very much so from the very start of the game when you get into grips with it. So you're not completely lost. They don't just throw you in and you have to sort of figure out how the commands work. You had a very easy time adjusting, right?
It does. Yeah, yeah. I did.
Yeah. So that you easily able to know everything is like highlighted really well. You able to know what is what. How do you do the what status elements is it, or how do you do this command? Because they teach it to you how to use the guns, and it flips around as you are choosing different commands. So you're not, it doesn't look stale every time you go into an encounter. It's not the exact same thing over and over and over again. Maybe in the later
Mm,
parts of the game it
true.
is, but that's sort of how it is. It's a very interesting gameplay experience, but it's also not that difficult. It's pretty easy to figure it out.
And satisfying.
And satisfying.
The
Especially
animations and the movements.
is exactly, bro. Especially those super movements. Not the what do
The
they call
all-out
it?
attacks.
The all out attacks. Thank you. Because the if you
Yeah.
if you know what all out attacks are in the previous Persona games, it is they all run in and start smacking them. That's it. That's
Well,
that's literally all out attacks.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it's not as interesting. Let's put it that way. It doesn't look as visually
Right, right,
interesting every time you do it. It's just it gets really boring after like the 15th million time you do it. Regardless, that's basic.
right.
Persona 5
But in
does it
Persona 5,
yeah,
every time you do an all-out attack, it's always entertaining. Especially like
exactly.
with each character. Like it depends on who you do it with. Their
Yeah,
portrait appears like a Joker or Morgana.
exactly, bro. Ah, but
That
regardless,
is strange. Persona 5's gameplay was
go ahead. Go ahead.
really fun. I never ever got bored of it. Never.
Never. Damn.
Every single fight, I enjoyed every single fight.
Hold on.
Seriously, that's a weird thing for a video game. Like
Yet
in all
you
the other games I played
yeah.
in the past, except for Devil May Cry 5,
Yeah.
I've also enjoyed every single fight in Devil May Cry 5. That's the only
That's
exception.
the only way to enjoy it. You must enjoy it, bro.
You have
You have to.
That's the entire point of Devil May Cry. The fun isn't in the story. It's in the gameplay. It's in fighting.
Exactly. It's in the fighting, so it has to be fun. Otherwise, you messed up somewhere.
Mm,
But yeah.
yep.
Okay. Was that? Is it really that strange for you to actually enjoy every single fight that you've been in? Because other games that you played, other
Yeah,
like other genre styles.
yeah. In other genres, fights have always fight in the beginning. Fights are fun, but there are moments where like there's always that one point at a game where you don't feel like fighting anymore. You just want to go through with the story
Yeah.
because it gets repetitive. Every game I've played, Last of Us, Final Fantasy,
Damn.
well, especially Final Fantasy 15, I did not enjoy the combat in that game. I really hated
Damn.
it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, yeah,
That hurts, but okay.
yeah.
I understand.
God of War, Ragnarok.
Yeah, I know
The
that.
gameplay was fun in the
Mm,
beginning, but at
yeah,
one point it gets boring. But Persona
exactly.
5 never gets boring. It's always fun.
It's always fun. Yeah, that's true. That's true because it's always a
The
new
feeling of
encounter.
yeah, yeah, the feeling of when you put when all the enemies are the same and you use a what's it called? A fire attack, the Amaragi or
The Maragi or the
Mabufu.
or
It
the
was
the
those were the ice attack.
yeah, the ice attack is Mabufu, or the other one, Aradine or
Mabufu, yeah, I think it was Mabufu. There's
Mabufu.
also
Yeah,
Mabufu.
yeah, that's what it is. That's the ice attack, Mabufu. I don't remember them. I just call them
Yeah, and
all
you
ice
like down
attack.
all the enemies. It's just satisfying.
It's very sad. That is true. It is very satisfying, especially when they all have the exact same weakness. Then it's really good. But
Yep.
there are some new gameplay
Or the
elements.
baton passes.
The baton. Okay, so the baton pass is in the original. I was about to say. I thought that was only in the Royale thing, but
Huh.
it, in Royale there's
Yeah, it is in
also,
the original.
isn't it? Okay, the in Royale, is there a delay when you're hearing me?
I think I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, because it's
Yeah, I
like
think there is a delay.
there is a
Otherwise, I'm not. I'm trying to interrupt you on purpose.
no, no, I know, it's just there is a delay, but it regardless. So in Royale version of it, right? There are not that many new things. So there's
Mhm.
button passes, right?
Yeah,
And you increase your
that's in the
stats.
original too.
Okay, you increase your stats when you pass the baton, right?
Yeah, yeah. Attack and recovery goes up.
Okay, and is personas like Izanagi Okami in the original, or Izanagi Okami, or those like really powerful? What's the most powerful persona you can summon or you can create?
Who Okami?
Mm,
I
No,
mean,
no,
there are a couple of powerful personas, but I forgot their name. There's
yeah,
what
like what?
Neil. There's also Lucifer.
Yeah, okay, okay,
There's
Lucifer.
also I forgot their names. It depends on the confidant. Whoever you
Had
max out, you
yeah,
get the ability to use their
um,
personas.
again another really interesting system, the confidant system, and the persona
Mm.
system, the mixing of personas. I never understood it the first time I played it, but when I played it the
And the
second time,
Arcanas.
the arcanas, they're so good. It's such a great way to implement, to combine story and gameplay together, because you get a story every time you interact or do confidant rank missions. That's what I call them. I don't know what they're actually called. Confidant. What are they called exactly? Do you
Mm.
know?
It's confidant, yeah, the confidant.
Uh,
But by the way, that's the system that told me, you know what, Persona 5 is the greatest game of all time. Seriously, what a mechanic.
wait, what do you
When I
mean?
find out about confidants and their
uh,
effect on the gameplay on our personas, I was like, you
yeah.
know what, that's it. This is my favorite game of all time.
That? Why exactly? Because I gotta know, bro. What about the
It's because I've never seen anything like that in any video game.
You've never seen
And it's not a
a
yeah, and
relationship
it's
system?
not a it's an RPG mechanic. A
Yeah,
what?
a relationship system, because that's basically what it is. The confidant. They call it social links in
Yeah,
Persona
no, there
3
are
and
no, there are relationship. Yeah, yeah, no, there are relationship systems in RPGs, but like this is a like it goes way deeper. You know, each confidant has their own arcana, and when you fuse two personas of high arcanas, you get a bonus XP, which is a arcana burst.
yeah, that's true.
I
That's
mean, it's
true.
pretty interesting. I've never seen anything like that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
remember I texted you about it very same day. Remember?
Really? I don't remember. Sorry.
Yeah, the same day. The first time
The first time you discovered it.
I texted
Oh,
you, I'm like, dude, this confidence,
yes.
this
Okay.
game
Yeah.
is so good. Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
remember. I remember. Because that it is one of the it if you've come from Persona 4, then it's not that strange of a system, but it is unique to the Persona series because it's related to a persona, to upgrading the specific arcana. So if you want to create personas, that's what it was a criticism. I'm stuttering a lot, but it was a criticism of the previous games that the arcana system, the way it
uh-huh,
works is you only going to these missions because you want an increase in your XP when you create a persona. Their story means nothing besides getting that upgrade.
right.
I disagree because the story are very interesting. That's one of the rewards for doing those missions, to interact with people, is the story that those kinds of characters
Mm,
tell. But there was that criticism of the previous games, that the way the Arcana system works.
right.
Even though it's the same as Persona 5, it's just Persona 5 does it so much better in on so many levels.
Persona 5 took everything from the series and executed it in the most perfect way possible,
Absolutely, it did exactly that,
in
bro.
my opinion.
No, no, I agree with you. It
Yeah,
exactly.
when I found out about the confidence system,
Yeah.
that's when I decided. I didn't decide that Persona 5 was my favorite game of all time, but
Mm.
that's when I decided that Persona 5 was the greatest JRPG of all time.
Uh
At
huh.
the time, as a JRPG, I thought it did way better than Final Fantasy VII, introducing more mechanics, complex, but complex, but still easy to understand,
Exactly.
still comprehensive.
Still very
If you
comprehensive.
feel me?
You
Yeah,
know, I get you. I get you. I get you. Because it's complex, but they explain it to you really well that you actually understand how this works. But yeah.
yep, exactly.
So
So, but then after finishing the game, I decided, nah, it's not just the best JRPG, it's the best game
it's
ever.
to be fair, when Persona 5
Dude,
really
seriously, you had no idea.
go ahead, go ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, go ahead. I was gonna go into something
No, no,
else.
you go. Yeah, this
The
delay is
delay.
really messing things up.
I know it is. But okay, what I was trying to say is when Persona 5 had come out, right? It was around it was around the time that there, any Japanese game was not like hitting very well because everybody was just saying, "Well, the Japan can't release any really good games because this PS3 era." If you think about it, in the PS3 era, what Japanese game comes to mind? PS3 era or PS3 and Xbox 360 era. There wasn't many good
Yeah,
Japanese games, and everyone was saying, "Well, Japanese games are shit. It's not good. They're not really great games, right?" That's what everyone was saying at the time,
yeah,
until Persona
they're dying
5
out.
came out and changed everybody's minds because everyone was like, "Oh my god, I don't really like JRPGs, but
Yeah,
Persona 5 is amazing, bro." That's how big of a deal it was.
yeah, yeah. When Persona 5 came out, everyone was like, Sugoi. Now they
Ex-
want to be Japanese and stuff.
exactly. That's that. I would say that's that. The idea of Persona 5 skyrocketed JRPGs into the limelight again after the disappointing failure of all JRPGs during the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. The gameplay alone, if you're really into
Yeah,
the gameplay, it will entice you to play it. You know what I mean? It is visually stimulating enough for
yeah,
you to never get bored of it. Put it that way. It's always satisfying, right?
true, true. The art style and the graphics.
Exactly. It will never really age because you can play this game years later and it will still look just as good. Because that's what's great about its art style. Even though it came out,
True, true.
it still looks really
Yeah,
good.
it'll hold up no matter what.
Exactly. Regardless, the
Mm.
gameplay is great.
You know,
You
now that you mention it
go
about
ahead.
Japanese games, 20. Oh, wait, you will continue. Never mind.
No, no.
Finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish, bro. I stopped talking, man. Go ahead. This
I just
delay is
wanted to
annoying.
add to that about I wanted to add to you. Yeah, yeah, it is annoying. Really, it is annoying. But it's fine. We'll get through it. Japanese games actually experienced a resurgence around 2016 and 2017. Like you said, the era, which is the PlayStation 3 era, there weren't that many Japanese. Like all the Japanese games that came out were disappointing than their predecessors. Like, say, Devil May
Yep.
Cry 4 was good, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't as good as Devil May Cry 3.
Exactly.
And Final Fantasy 13 was actually a failure if you think
Yep.
about it. I think no, Final Fantasy 14 was a failure.
No, no, no. 14 was a failure until they rebranded and re-released 14, and now it's one of the second biggest MMOs of all time. It used to be a failure, but it's now
True,
one of the
true.
biggest games of all time. But
Yeah, but at the time when it came out, it wasn't good.
it wasn't good, right? 13 as
The
well.
first release wasn't good.
First release, yes. The first release got shut down. You know, you can't even play it anymore.
Yeah.
The re-release is what brought everyone back
Mm-mm.
to play it. But
True, true. But
13,
even Final Fantasy 13 wasn't
exactly.
that acclaimed. Not a lot of people enjoyed it.
The thing is, 13. The reason
Yeah.
why behind 13's not enjoyment is because they were introducing a new system that surprisingly, I'm not 100% sure, but it was
Mm.
a new system that even Atlas is using now with Persona 5. I don't know what exactly, right? But I'm pretty sure it's a
Uh-huh.
very similar system to what Persona 5 is using. It is everyone was not happy with that system in Final Fantasy 13. Even Square Enix. This is the only game that didn't get the re-release treatment that every other game has gotten. Even 15 got re-release treatment with the Royal Edition. 13 didn't even get that,
Yeah.
which is honestly very very sad for 13.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah. Out of
even
all the yeah, all of the Final Fantasy games are on PlayStation 4 except for 13.
which is honestly sad because there is a really interesting story with 13. Gameplay wise, maybe not
Mm.
so great, but
Had good music too.
yeah, the music as well. Music as well. But yeah, 13. I agree with you. The that's era Japanese games were not big until the PS4 came out, and then now you see how it is at the
True,
top.
true.
It's the only good games that are coming out right now.
Yeah.
uh,
True,
regard
true.
regardless,
Yeah, from the past few years, all of the Game
go
of
ahead.
the Year contenders are mostly Japanese titles, and
Exactly,
almost all of the winners were Japanese. Was it Elden
but
Ring won last year? Not last year,
except for
in
2020,
2022.
which I don't think that game deserved it. 2020 is the one year
Who won
I
in 2023?
Last of Us Part Two, bro.
Oh, we don't talk about 2020. We don't talk about that.
Fair enough.
2020 was a cursed year, but we even experienced COVID during that time.
Exactly. Okay, I know it's the one blank year, but Ghost of Tsushima came out that year, bro. That's the one reason why I would ever always mention it. That game came out that year.
Dude,
Ghost of,
everyone wanted Ghost of Tsushima to win.
yeah,
I raged when I found out Last of Us Part 2 won.
yeah
I'm like, seriously?
that game.
What about Ghost of Tsushima?
I agree with you, bro. I was the same. It doesn't deserve it.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. But although Ghost of Tsushima isn't a Japanese game, by the way, it's made by Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I know, but
But
like,
still,
yeah, I know. It's still, I agree. The Sucker Punch is the one studio the one Western studio that I'm only excited to see what game they put out is Sucker Punch. Every other studio failed me. Santa Monica dead. Naughty Dog dead. Rockstar is going to be dead soon. But you know all those companies. The only one company is Sucker Punch, bro. But yeah,
yeah, true, true. Hey, who won in 2023? The Game of
um,
the Year. I don't remember.
hell, I think it was Hades. Hades won 2023. No, no, no. Elden
Hades.
Ring.
Is that
Elden Ring.
Japanese?
No, sorry, sorry. Um, Baldur's Gate 3 won 2023.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've heard of that.
Honestly, it deserves it because if you know what
Okay.
that game is about, it's absolutely crazy. whatever your entire gameplay
I heard
experience,
it's massive.
it's very big. Your whole gameplay experience, right? Whatever game you can play the game all the way to
Oh,
the end, and you will have an entirely different story to what I went through. Every detail down to the
seriously? Wow,
yes. It's
that's interesting.
that insane. But yeah, it's that as big as that, so it kind of did deserve it. But
Cool, cool.
before that, it was Hades two, Hades one 2022, and then Elden Ring one 2021. But yeah, okay,
In 2020, Last of Us Part 2.
yeah,
But
that
2019,
Sekiro one. So
Sekiro won. I don't
that
know how to pronounce it.
that
Yeah.
deserves it. So yeah. Anyways, story before we get further off track. Persona 5's story.
Yeah, we went a bit off track. Back to Persona 5.
I swear this delay is killing me. Anyways, Persona 5's story. What did you think of it overall before spoiling anything? Because we're gonna be going into
Mm.
in order. We're gonna start with Kamoshida. We're gonna go in order, as it makes more organized, right? So, what was your thoughts on
Mm.
Persona 5 story, our gameplay?
The story got the story got better and better and better. Like it started off, well, it didn't start off with a bang exactly. It started off okay, but over time, as we learned about the metaverse and we got introduced to Morgana, and we got introduced to personas and all that, the story did get better. Kamoshida's arc was it was a very actually frustrating arc. I really hated Kamoshida. God, that guy pissed me off so bad.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
yeah,
agree, bro.
seriously, literal definition of scum.
Yeah, I do. I agree. The thing is, the one thing they could there is a way to do it realistically to get him caught. Kamoshida is what I'm talking about. You just have to have a recorder on you at all times when
Hmm.
you provoking him. Just have a recorder on. That's it. And then you present that recorder to court. That's it.
True.
You just have to have a recorder on. But since they are high school
Yeah, one of
kids,
them.
they don't think of that.
And not just that. Even if they did record, the authorities weren't gonna do anything.
True,
Everyone was under his thumb.
unless you
That's
make it
why they had
public.
to
Unless you
infiltrate the
make it
palace.
That's true, yeah. Unless you make it public like they did originally. They put it public that they're gonna be stealing his heart, and then you know how they go. Stealing a desire. I say steal heart, but that's not it. You're stealing the desires. But yeah,
True. But actually, no. But actually, that
mm,
wouldn't have worked. You know why?
yeah. Why?
Because I just want to add something. Another thing, Persona 5 taught me a lot about Japanese culture and its um how life works there. No, seriously, seriously. And
Mm-mm-mm.
actually, let me tell you why they couldn't do it. Why they couldn't have a record. Even if they had a recording,
Mm-mm-mm.
Kamoshida wouldn't have gotten arrested.
Mm.
The laws in Japan is actually really, really strict. They're very. It's ridiculous the amount of things. Have you heard about that serial killer, the cannibal
Yeah.
who ate a student in Sweden?
A what?
He was Japanese.
Oh shit.
He was Yeah. He went back to Japan and he never got caught. Everyone knows that he did it, but he's innocent in Japan.
Oh, I
The only
see.
way, the only way you can get arrested for a crime is if you sign a confession. Even if someone has loads of evidence against you, if you keep denying that, if you keep um, insisting that you're innocent, they won't
Mm-hmm.
jail you.
That's true,
Which is
but
why they force in a lot of yeah, which is why in a lot of investigations,
mm,
they force the criminal to sign a confession, like they did with Ren in the beginning when we wrote
yeah,
his name.
yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed? Didn't that ever strike you? Like, why did they force him to sign a confession? They already have the evidence against him.
The thing is, they don't. How are they gonna explain? Especially when now, if you understand the metaverse and that in court, because you'd still have to go
Mm,
through a prosecution and
mm,
defendant court, right? Yes, Japan has a 99%
yeah,
prosecution rate, which is very weird. It doesn't make sense to have.
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah, yeah, it's strange.
ridiculous, right? but they would still have
Mm,
to they cannot really explain the metaverse. If you're trying to prosecute him, you will sound
mm,
ridiculous. You go into people's heart. There's a palace there, and he attacked them in their palace. How would that sound in court? You know, they can't explain
mm,
that. So the easiest way to do it is to force him to sign a confession. If he signs a
mm.
confession, there's no way for him to
True.
defend himself. You know what I'm saying? And they don't
Yeah.
want the hassle
Yeah.
of
True.
the
True.
a 99% prosecution rate. You know, that whole deal. But it's also very strange because
Yeah.
they
Basically, to summarize it,
mm,
Japan defends the. It's really strange. The
mm,
people who aren't innocent, who are actually criminals, but who they're if they're in powers, if they're in positions of authority or power, they're
mm,
untouchable.
mm.
You can't do anything to them.
Oh no, no, that's true.
The only yeah, if you're weak, like in society,
Mm,
if you don't have that much of a status,
mm,
if you are accused of a crime, you will get jailed. You will be prosecuted, even if you're innocent,
mm.
even if there's not that much evidence against you.
Yeah,
But you will still be prosecuted. It's
yeah,
ridiculous, honestly. There's even a video talking about this
yeah. That's
in
true.
Persona 5 and how it, yeah.
But it's the way you have to do it is through court of public opinion. If you the and
True.
even with the public opinion towards you is positive, right? If it's positive
Mm-hmm.
towards you and negative towards the other person, they would still it would work in that way. But it would even with someone as powerful as that, the only way
Mm.
that it won't work is if you are such a powerful candidate of some sort of political power, just like in this game. You saw how how the
Yeah.
game in his final moments, no matter what you do to
Yeah.
him, it doesn't matter because there's everybody else in positions of power are just as bad as he is.
Exactly.
So it kind of
Exactly.
that's only happens very rarely. Otherwise, if you're just a if you're a very powerful person, if you have evidence and you bring it public, you make sure that everybody sees this information. Then you would go down
Mm.
due to public a court of public opinion by just them public opinion being skewed against you. That's why scandals are hastily covered up by people in power or rich people. They will hastily cover up any scandals or anything like that just so they can get away with it. As
Mm.
long as it's all covered up and there's no information about it.
Yeah, that's in their culture actually, not just
Mm,
in the legal system and
mm,
society, but even in the family system.
yeah.
People don't like to talk about their problems. Whenever there's an
Mm,
issue
mm,
or something that should be addressed, something that should be dealt with, people don't want to deal with. Like, no, no, no,
yeah.
this
Yeah.
problem.
Mm, 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 mm.
Or asking around the campus for evidence against Kamoshida.
Right.
Everyone knows the guy is guilty.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that he really is scum, but nobody wants to talk about it
No, but
because of culture.
no, no. The thing is, in that situation, right? With Kamoshida, you have
Mm,
to frame the story because the Japanese mindset is a collective mindset, right? And so, if the collective
true, true.
mindset it is afraid of Kamoshida, right? You make him,
Yeah.
then no one's gonna talk about it. No one's going to say anything about it. That's why you
Mm,
frame the collective mindset in a different sense. That's what the recording would do. You present the yourself as not the aggressor, but you present yourself as the oppressor. If you present yourself as the oppressor, the
true.
underdog is always going to win, right? Is the one because I was reading
Mm,
the
mm,
manga of this arc again in the Kamoshida arc before the beginning, but Kamoshida arc specifically. I was reading the manga of it, right? And the stupid thing
right.
that Ryuji does is go straight up to him and accuse him of stuff with no evidence to present.
Yeah, that was dumb actually.
You see what I'm
That was
saying?
really dumb.
He's very I chalk it up to high school antics. You don't know what you're trying to do. You just go straight up to him. Yes, the girl committed suicide. You can use that as a especially if you recorded. You record his words at this moment saying that he will create a story that it was you guys that bullied her instead of him, right? He said all this
Mm,
stuff to them. You could have had a
mm,
recording of that, and the girl just tried to commit suicide. So we are not the aggressors in the situation. We are the oppressors. But instead of doing that, they went straight up to him and accused him of stuff. They're like, oh, bro,
Yeah,
come here with evidence. Don't be
and blame
stupid
that
like
on
that.
Ryuji.
Yeah. Now it speeds up the him expose the expulsion of us. And now we have to now scramble and try to change his heart before time
We
runs
have a
out.
deadline now.
Now we have a
We can't
deadline.
take our time.
Exactly. Then again, he
Which is
went.
funny because in the loading screen it says take your time. It's
Really? Let's take your time.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
know about Royal, but in the original, when in the loading screen, you know that icon, the Phantom Thief icon? No,
yeah,
not the
yeah.
Phantom Thief icon. Yeah, no, it's Ren. Like flips around and below it's written, "Take your time."
Oh, oh, that no, that does not. That's not in the royal version. I think that's only in the original, or at least I can't remember. Then again, I was playing on PS5, so
yeah,
loading
that's fine.
screens just came and went. So I didn't really get to see the
Oh,
loading
right,
screen.
right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, but yeah. So the entirety
Man,
of
the
the
fantasy teams were really dumb, weren't they?
what? Yes, there's a lot of things I want to say about these fantasies. When it comes to later arcs, the
Yeah,
one
same, same.
before we get to that later arc, I'm gonna mention now. Ryuji is my least favorite character of all the Phantom Thieves. Yeah, that's saying something. Hello, hello, you there?
Yeah, yeah, I think
Oh,
it cut off. Anyway, continue.
yeah. So I was just saying before we get to that specific arc, I'm gonna get to it. But before we get to that arc, Ryuji is my least favorite character in the entire Persona series. My least favorite character.
No, I like him. Honestly, all of the characters are
I love the
funny in their
characters,
own way.
but he's my least favorite. I love all the characters, but he's specifically my least favorite because he's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh god. Anyways,
Hang on, 1 second. Moving to another room.
no.
Hi, Daddy Mohawk.
All right.
Anyway,
So
yeah, you were talking about Ryuji.
yeah, no, no. I'm gonna talk more about Ryuji once we get to the Haru's father's arc. Before we get there, then I'm gonna talk more about Ryuji, but in this arc, it's great how the he is. I would say he's not the greatest villain, but he's probably very good as a very good villain. You know what I mean? He is
As a
evil
starter
down
villain, yeah, they
exactly.
picked the right one.
They pick the right one to make you really set the tone and really hate this character because you absolutely
Yeah,
despise him by the time you're doing his palace. Even if he can, go brain dead,
yeah,
you don't really care. You're like, I'm gonna take care of this man. I gotta get rid of him.
yeah. He's so repulsive and disgusting and
it
despicable.
exactly,
Yeah,
bro.
it's not like from the beginning. If I've had Kaneshiro or Madarame, we wouldn't be that motivated. We'd still be
No, it would be
because the Phantom
motivated.
teams were
Yeah,
still skeptic of whether it's
Ex-
the right thing. Yeah, they were still skeptic of it over whether is it right to change your heart.
yeah,
Would we be doing the right thing? But with Kamoshida, he was just so despicable. They didn't have to think. They're like, no, 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 we have to take this guy down, man.
exactly.
We got to take this guy down.
The trigger is the girl Suho, Shiho, when she tries to commit suicide. That's the trigger for all the characters.
Yeah,
But yeah, this first arc where they release their persona for the first time,
Mhm.
it is one of my favorites because it's so that music when it plays when you when they unleash the persona, bro, that is something
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Every time it happens, I'm like, yes, release that
Finally,
rebelness.
yeah.
Yeah,
Unleash your inner rebel.
in a rebel
Man, it's
essentially.
so fun.
That's like the whole
God, I'm
theme.
getting nostalgic over it.
Yeah, it's not even that long ago, bro. It
Yeah, I still remember Kamoshida's the music in Kamoshida's Palace. God, it was
oh
also my introduction because I didn't listen to the entirety of the soundtrack by that point. But Kamoshida's
uh
Palace was thought, oh, like, oh man, the music is
it's
just so groovy and
exactly,
so
bro.
cool.
So cool. The palace is disgusting,
Yeah,
but it's so cool. It's well designed, though. I have to put it
yeah,
that
yeah.
way. It's very
It
much
was well designed. It was an
narcissistic,
actual castle, an actual
exact,
palace,
an actual palace, but narcissism to a T. That's what it basically is.
and
The
lust.
palace's theme is
True.
narcissism to a T. He has a golden statue of himself. He has a cathedral worshiping himself. It's just like
Yeah, yeah.
it's on point for the type of
It's so
character.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, yeah, but it's on point to the
Yeah,
type of character he was.
yeah, because there are people like that who exist in real life.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was
But
so
anyway,
twisted to the point where he viewed the whole school as a palace, right? That's the
castle, and
a
he was the
castle.
king.
He was the king of the school. That's why it's a
Mm,
bigger distorted desire. Because Morgana does say, as you go through it, he does say that it is unusual to see something like this. People have mini palaces,
mm,
like in mementos, but never to the point where it complete their desires, completely enshroud an entire building of a palace. That's why it is
true, true.
it's above and beyond, to put it lightly. It goes above and beyond.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
they're
Man, Kamoshida was.
absolutely crazy. But I do love the way it concluded. As you go through you start out right with getting introduced to the metaverse in and of itself. This is what
Mm,
Kamoshida's palace is to get you introduced to this. So a lot of his palace is a tutorial in terms of the story and in terms of the gameplay. As you go through it, the
yeah, true,
story
true.
unfolds with Ryuji's character. You understand why he hates Kamoshida. He never knew about the volleyball members,
Mm,
but he hates him for a different reason, and you understand now why he hates him. Why he hates him so
yeah.
much. But then it also exemplifies why An also rebels in that sense. Why she also released her persona. Then again, due to the main character, but her story is also
Mm, mm.
completely very sad, honestly. With her and her friend,
Yeah, yeah,
she basically took to tried to get her friend ahead. Get ahead in her dream, but never understood why what is happening with her friend until that scene happens. Because when that
Kamoshida
happened,
until it was too late.
until it was too late. When that scene happened, bro, oh, it gave me goosebumps the first time. I was like, what? This, the game is gonna do this, bro? What?
Yeah, from the beginning already. Like
Damn.
someone's gonna die.
Well, thing is, Persona 4 goes above and beyond. Someone actually dies in the beginning. So
Huh?
yeah, Persona 4 is a murder mystery. Let's put it that way. It's a murder mystery type story. This one,
Wow. Oh,
yeah,
wow. That sounds
it
interesting. I'm
is
excited to play
interesting.
that.
You can play it. It's just the palaces are not as
I saw,
interesting
I saw the
as
main character, a photo of the main character. He
yeah.
wore glasses, right?
I think.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, he did wear glasses.
But yeah, the
I
only
have all
thing.
of the Persona games.
Yeah,
Only 4 and 5 are in the list of greatest games of all time.
yeah, that's true. Because 3 is interesting, but not as interesting as 4's beginning and 5's beginning, because of the way Kamoshida just
Yeah,
hits you home with like, this is the type of story you're gonna get, a story of evil adults where the children are changing their hearts. They're stealing in their desires.
yeah.
That's the type of story. It hits you really hard at first with Kamoshida's palace.
Mm,
In Persona 4,
mm-mm.
the palaces, not real palaces, but they call them dungeons. The dungeons, they
Right.
are different from each other, but it is more related to the characters specifically. So each character, you go against their shadow, so which eventually turns into their persona.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? In that game,
Is it?
every dungeon
Yeah.
is related to a character that's going to be part of your party. In Persona 5,
Okay.
the characters are a part of this of the arc. That's why they unleash their persona. That's why it's related to them as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Their will
But
to,
the dungeons or in say the palaces are related to the well the what do you say the palace ruler.
yes,
Their desires.
Exactly.
essentially.
We every one of the characters, it's great because our character, he doesn't know Kamoshida, but the reason why he rebels is because of what he originally did. Because man, I actually feel bad for my character. He never gets a W throughout this entire game, all the way until the end, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It is the,
True, true. He
the
just keeps
he keeps
taking
losing.
hits.
He keeps taking hits.
Mm,
He even has to stay in juvie for a couple of months before he can be released. A couple of months of school he
yeah,
missed, of hanging out with friends he missed because he got to go to juvie for something, for being the hero of the
true.
story. Like, bro,
Yeah,
like
pretty
it,
sad.
pretty sad for
I
him.
love how the palaces,
Yeah,
they're not just different, like every palace is different and it's unique,
yeah.
but every palace also says a lot about the
Then
ruler of the one
exactly,
inheriting it, according to the desires. Like
exactly.
Kamoshida wanted to be the king of the king. He saw himself as a king,
Yeah,
obviously, but he also really wanted to be a king.
yeah.
So that's why he saw the school. That's why his palace was an actual castle. He saw the
Castle.
school as a castle. Yeah,
Yeah,
and the other.
yeah.
Well, I'll talk more about this after we talk about each and every palace.
Exactly, exactly. Because I agree with you on the fact that each of the designs are related to understanding these individuals more, because we don't really get to see them. Kamoshida is the only one you get to see multiple times outside of the palace. When it comes to everybody else, you mostly see their palace
Mm,
version. You never see their real person until the end of the palace. Kamoshida is the only one which you
mm.
interact in real life and in the palace. You get to
Yeah, you can meet
see.
him in the corridor. It's cool.
Exactly. You meet him in the corridor. You have that whole confrontation with Ryuji, and when he announces our expulsion from the school, a deadline, giving us a deadline. You meet him quite a bit. You see him quite a bit before
Yeah,
even
yeah.
you even going into his palace. Well, you don't see him before you go into his palace, but you see him after you come out for the
Mm.
first time. You see him quite a lot. So there's a
I think it was
connection.
purposeful
Yeah, purposeful
for
in
the
what sense?
first palace ruler to have that because the interactions you have outside just leads you to hating him more and more. It gives you more motivation to take him down.
That's right. Okay, yeah, you're right. That is true. It gives you more motivation, but you also know more about him now. But you don't know him
Mm.
on a like a deeper level. You get to see that when you go into his palace, and then you see the design of
Yeah,
his palace exemplifies what type of person he is, how he views the volleyball players, how he views the school, how he views himself, a king that can do whatever he wants, wear
mm.
whatever he wants. The volleyball players, the boy side is just slaves where he can beat over and over and over again, and the
Yeah.
girls are his fantasies, right? His
There's
sexual
personal
fantasies,
sleep. Yeah,
which
yeah,
is,
yeah. That was disturbing.
yeah, I know it's
That was
he's
really disturbing.
exactly he's pedophile level at this point, because bro, those are underage children. the
Yeah,
is it, Especially with that dungeon he makes for Shiho, how he views Shiho, that's just, it's insane. Or and Tamaki more so than Shiho.
yeah. How he sees her as his princess.
Yeah, that all of this is like
It's messed up. Yeah.
but you see him openly. You just see everything of his desires without shame. That's what the palaces really do
Mm.
exemplify, especially with Kamoshida. All the way until his boss fight. His boss fight's design, bro, is perfectly exemplifies him as a character. Ugly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember ugly, disgusting,
disgusting,
perverted.
perverted, all of those
Sheesh.
things. When I saw the boss fight for the first time, I was like, oh my god, it's good design. But holy shit, I hate it. It's really good design, but I
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely
It
hate
just gives
it.
you exactly. I think that's the point. It's made to disgust you. But his
Yeah,
design is supposed to disgust. It's not like this cool, menacing, badass
yeah,
a
like a
boss. No, no, no. It's a disgusting
person.
guy sitting on his butt and eating bodies from a cup with a long
Yeah,
gas with long tongue. Sheesh.
yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. You're just like, oh my god, we have to get. It's like, okay, let's
Just
just
finish him
kill
off,
this guy
please,
quickly, man. I want to get
please.
this thing out of my. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
right after.
it's not even exciting. Like his boss fight, you don't enjoy the boss fight. You're like, oh, this is so awesome. all the music is, no, 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 you just want to take him down. Like, oh, quickly, quickly,
Quickly,
come on.
get him, get his crown off, please, please. We gotta finish this guy off, please. That's kind of the deal, yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I actually, I literally felt that way because my mother was also sitting next to me on when I was doing the boss.
Funny play. At least you don't have to worry
But
about it
thank
with
God
the
she was,
rest with the rest of the game because none of the bosses
yeah,
look
yeah,
like him or as bad as him.
yeah, yeah, she was on her phone. Thank goodness I think, thank God she wasn't looking at the screen.
Oh my
If she
god.
looked up, oh, I would have been done for. She'd be like, "What was
What
this?"
is what is this? No, he's evil.
Yeah,
He's
what?
actually like that. I am beating him to a pulp.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah. But the thing is, in that boss fight, right? In the
yeah.
does Shiho show up in the boss fight?
No,
Okay,
she did not for me
so
on the original.
in the difference in the Royale, Mishima shows up to give him his ball to he do his spike, right? His ultimate spike, and the
Right, right.
Shiho shows up to cheer him on essentially, and then you get to see how he views
What?
Shiho. He's wearing like a very scantily outfit, but you actually get to see how he views her. She shows up and
Mm,
cheering him on, and then you actually have to kill Shio. So it's like there's extra characterization for An because he has to now like destroy the cognizant version of Shio. Very weird, but it's very good because they added a nice detail there for the
that's messed
story.
up.
It's messed up, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
a nice
Adds more
added.
depth to the story.
Exactly. Especially now when you finish the boss fight and you see how the rest of the crew just leave it up to An because like this is you got this guy, you got him. But she doesn't. If she killed his desires, actually kill him, you know what happens. You get to actually see what happens when you
What?
kill the cognitive version. Didn't you remember? Well, it's a later palace, but um, when Haru's father's cognizant version got killed. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Now you see what happens to that. If she had killed him, that's what would have
Mm,
happened to him. Instead, she didn't do that. It would have made it way worse for them if that's what happened. He would have gone out less like he does in the actual story, but he would have gone out as someone that they died by the Phantom Thieves. You know what I'm saying?
true. Nobody would. His crimes would be swept under the rug.
Exactly. Even more so.
Under the rug. Sorry. No one. And his, yeah, no one would expose him. He'd die innocent. He'd die a hero.
Exactly. And so
Better to
that's what
have him live and confess to his sins.
then die a hero. Never better to have him die to live in shame than have him die as a hero. Is that what you were trying to say?
True, true.
Yeah. But
Well,
that was Kamoshida's
our,
Palace.
my time's up.
A great
Yeah.
conclusion. But my favorite part after
Mm-hmm.
this palace is when you go and have your buffet, right? It's so weird. They're sitting at like couches and a small table
Yeah.
in front of them, and they're going to a buffet,
Mm.
a fancy buffet at that. It's like, you guys feel a bit out of
Yeah,
place,
yeah,
even
it
for
was a
me.
very.
You guys feel a little bit out of place.
Dude, I swear the game had so many funny moments. It's,
I know, bro. It's so
that's why I
strange.
love the game. It was entertaining from beginning to end. Entertaining in every aspect. Gameplay was fun. Music was fun. The
Story.
character banter and the stupid moments were
It's
hilarious.
great.
Ryuji and Morgana fighting.
Yeah, yeah, Morgana. I
Yusuke
always
and his.
root for Morgana. Morgana has to win.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Morgana,
Morgana.
Morgana's great, bro. Absolutely great. You actually get to see him in human form for a bit, but yeah, he's great.
Huh?
Anyways, so
Hey! Hey!
anyways, so from moving on, after you in this little buffet, you actually get to meet the final villain of the story. What did you think of this final villain, bro?
Shido, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I hated him. I had a special kind of hatred for him.
Uh,
I actually didn't. When we met him in the buffet, by the way, I felt like,
yeah.
hey, this guy's familiar.
He-
Like
I immediately went,
like
"That's the guy." I immediately yelled out loud, "That's him! That's definitely him!" before I
Yeah.
even knew it.
No, no, there was another scene. No, I knew it was him when
Yeah,
I think there was a part where Ren dreamt of the flashback again
yeah, yeah.
of that incident,
Mm.
and we saw like it wasn't an anime cutscene. It was a normal cutscene, and like you were used to press the button to skip
Yeah,
to
yeah,
continue
yeah,
the dialogue.
yeah, yeah. That one, yeah,
So yeah, so in that scene, we saw Shiro and his there was like blood on his nose.
yeah,
So I recognized him at that part. I'm like, wait, that's the guy in the buffet.
yeah.
I'm like, oh wait, no, he's the guy. I'm like, bastard.
Yeah.
We have
That's
to get back at him.
exactly. But we even
I
our
he
characters
framed
were
us, and
slower.
now he stood in front of us at the elevator.
Yeah, and he's also just as big of an ass as he was when we first met him. We don't like him. He does shit. It's like, bro. But yeah, the thing is, when he
You know,
does,
I love the story because the villains people in your life. You know, there are people who are so powerful, so strong, so influential,
yeah,
but they're so bad, and nobody does anything to them.
yeah, because
Everyone roots for them.
no one knows how bad they actually are. You see, that's the thing. Whatever horrible
Mm,
things they do, it's under the rug. It's gone. You don't see it. But if everybody is
yeah,
bad
yeah,
and you're just okay bad, then that's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's a
yeah,
it's a
I
weird
get
thing.
you, I get you.
But yeah, that was a very nice introduction because none of the characters mentioned going like, oh my god, that's him. Our main character has PTSD, so you can't really
Mm,
see him clearly. Even though we like that's
yeah, he doesn't
clearly
remember
him.
it.
He doesn't remember him until you see him at the very end. But yeah, great. It was also the two. They also acknowledge that they feel out of place, especially in this buffet where
Mm,
it's just them by
mm.
themselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Within,
They do have self awareness.
yeah, they do. At least that's good. At least they have self awareness. But
Mm,
it's strange because once they you know set themselves as the Phantom Thieves and are like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna change the hearts of adults. All the evil adults around the world. But then they need a big target, really. I can't remember what happens
mm.
after the buffet because okay, you're gonna have to remind me. So it's the buffet, right? Do they go to the TV station
Yeah,
first before they find out Madrame, or how does it work again?
I think they yeah no yeah they went to the TV station first
Okay, they had a
because at the time they were
conversation
still
though.
looking for a target.
Oh, okay, okay. They didn't find a target. They went to Mementos for the first time. By the way, what do you think of Mementos? I have to ask because I think it's just not the greatest.
What? I
Mementos
don't know. Yeah, it wasn't that. I guess it was the least fun part of the game because Mementos is basically you just grinding.
grinding, yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
But the eeriness of
Yeah, it
Mementos
doesn't add
is what
anything.
really hits me with how
Yeah,
eerie it
the
is.
atmosphere was cool.
The what?
The atmosphere of Mementos was
That
pretty cool. How every floor gets more and more distorted and disturbing.
exactly all the way until you get to the
I
very
like that.
bottom. It just gets
Yeah,
worse and worse.
Mementos was all right. I'd say it was my least favorite part of the game.
True.
I really didn't like
Mementos.
going to Mementos.
But
I
when
was
you
never
first
excited to go
came
there.
into Mementos, what were your thoughts? But like, because when I first came to Mementos, like, oh, here is the grindy aspect of the game where you fight random enemies. Because I was wondering, it's not in the palace, so where else is it gonna be?
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I thought, well, I wasn't that even I figured out the same that if it's not like if there are no palace like rulers or something, it's just gonna be an area for us to grind.
exactly.
Especially after seeing the fact that you can visit floors over and over again. I'm like, yeah, yeah, this is just a grinding area.
It's a grinding
It doesn't
area.
add anything to the story.
Yeah, true. But it does actually. Mementos is the big theme around the final
It's
part of
the
the
key
game.
part of the entire.
It's the
Yeah,
key
yeah.
theme of the
I
story.
thought it was gonna be a side mission by the way. You know,
That is not
I thought
gonna.
after beating Shido, we won't
Yeah.
have anything to do. So
So,
Memento
me-
finding out. I thought
mm,
that like the reward of like discovering the secret of mementos was that we see Morgana in human form,
no.
but I didn't realize that it was actually part of the main story.
Yeah. Eventually,
I got around to like the
wait. How far did you
I
go into
don't remember
Mementos
what floor I
before
got
you
around to.
to beat? Go ahead.
I forgot what was the last floor called. I
Oh,
completely forgot.
I also completely forgot, but I'm pretty sure there is over 10 floors, and then each floor has a different type of a different number of floors. So like 10 main
10
corridors,
paths.
10 paths. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. 10 paths.
Yeah,
But I don't know how many each floor has.
yeah,
Each
yeah.
path has
It differentiated. Some of them had 8 floors, some of them had 12,
12.
14.
Yeah, it kept going increasing as you kept going down each path. But by the time you finished Shido, how many paths have you finished?
I was almost at the end.
Okay, all right. By the time
Almost at
you,
the end,
because
yeah.
once you finish Shido, you go straight into Mementos. There's no waiting.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
go straight into Mementos and go all the way to the conclusion of it. You can't leave the palace and
Yeah, yeah.
chillax for a
Yeah.
bit. You have to like, okay, we gotta finish this. You know that type of deal.
True, true.
But
Alright,
yeah,
listen, I think our time's up. I have to
all
go
right,
pray now.
all right, all right. So this is going to be the end of part one. We're gonna have to do. Um,
Yeah,
how many palaces
multiple
are there?
parts.
How many palaces are there? Because I don't know how long we're gonna be talking about each palace.
7, I think. There was Kamoshida, Madarame,
Madrame,
Madarame, sorry, Kaneshiro,
Kaneshiro,
um, Futaba. What favorite palace,
Futabas.
buddy? Futaba, favorite palace.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Favorite character in general is Futaba, bro. Is my absolute favorite
Yeah,
character. Then it's after that
Futaba,
is
Okamura.
Okumura, and then
Yeah,
after
Nijima,
Okumura, Nijima,
and Shido.
and then Shido. Right, Nijima, and
7,
then
yeah, 7
seven
palace.
palaces. Okay, actually, well, that is true. No, it's six. It's six palaces, not
7
seven.
deadly sins?
It is seven deadly sins.
No, it's 7.
It is seven deadly sins, but it's not seven palaces. It's
Yeah.
six.
Yo, it is. Yo, it actually. Oh my god, I just realized that.
Wait, no, no.
Kamoshida's sin was
Is it
lust.
seven palaces or six?
It was 7. Kamoshida,
Kamoshida,
Madarame,
Madarame, Kaneshiro,
Kaneshiro,
Futaba,
yeah, Futaba, uh,
uh,
what was it?
Okumura,
Okumura, yeah,
Nijima, and
Okumura, yeah, and then
Shido,
Nijima,
and Shido.
Shido, yeah,
Yeah,
7
it is
palaces.
seven. There's
Wow,
eight
that's
in the new
neat. I
one.
never noticed that it was
Yeah, it's seven deadly sins. Because if you think about it, lust. I don't know all the
Kamoshida
seven.
was lust.
Kamoshida's
I
lust.
forgot. Yeah, even I forgot.
Um,
One of them was greed. I think
Madrame
Kaneshiro
is
was greed.
no. Madrame is no. Yeah. Kaneshiro is greed. Madrame is
Yeah.
not pride. Pride is Madrame pride?
No, who was proud? Forgot who was proud. I think
I don't.
Shido will be proud.
No, Shido's not proud. Shido is a different one. I don't know all of them. Wrath is definitely Nijima, and then Futaba
Oh
is
yeah, yeah.
definitely Futaba is sloth. Futaba is definitely
Sloth,
sloth.
sloth. Yeah.
Gluttony is
Good.
gluttony is Madrame.
Was who?
Madrame,
Hmm.
and
We
then
will delve more into this.
yeah, in the next
I
in the
honestly
next
I don't
part.
even know all the.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back and
But
figure out how
probably when we're done with all the discussing every single palace,
we'll
we'll talk about
understand
all of
exactly.
them and how their
In t-
correlation with the sins.
in the meantime, you
So the
got it.
first episode was about Kamoshida.
Kamoshida and the beginning of Persona 5. The next episode is going to be about the
Yeah.
next two palaces. We're going to have to do two palaces per episode, bro. And I want to get this down. Regardless, in the meantime, you got to play
Okay.
Royale, bro, so you can play the final palace. My absolute okay, Futaba is my second favorite palace. My absolute favorite palace is the final one in Royale, bro. When you play it. Hello?
I'll play Royale in like a year or two. I'm gonna take a break from Persona 5 because I've been playing the game for like so many months.
Dude, you're gonna miss out on
I'll
the
play like
absolute
I'll wait
best.
until I miss the game.
Okay. All right, fine. You can. All right, you do
Yeah,
you, bro.
it's like I'm revisiting the game, you know? Like after
In
a year, for
you go back
nostalgia's
and do
sake, I'm
it.
like, oh man,
I need to go
it's the
back
same
and
story. But
yeah, much better. The
yeah.
thing
Right
is,
now I'm playing
I'm gonna give
Persona
you
5 Strikers, which is
strikers.
also really
What?
really fun.
Thing is, okay. I want to give you just a small hint.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion on the final villain. The villain in the final palace is one that you can't even
Hmm.
hate.
Can't even hate.
Yes, and I'm
Mm.
gonna leave you at that.
You can't even hate.
Yep, he's the only
Wait,
villain.
how?
He's the
So is that
only.
like despicable?
No, 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 no. That's why I say I'm not gonna explain anymore. But you have to play the game. You gotta be surprised. He's the one villain throughout the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
entire story that I could not hate. But he also is the one
Wow.
my favorite villain, but at the same time is the one villain that I cannot hate. Every other villain despise. Okay, I can despise
Mm.
easily. They're easily hateable. Him, not so
Yeah.
much. You'll see what I mean.
Mm. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when I finish the
You
game then.
finish definitely, bro. That's the one pedestal I'll talk
Which will
about
be a
forever.
while.
Definitely. Anyways,
Yeah.
this is gonna be the end of the first episode of the Persona 5 every video game retrospective
Imagine.
podcast, episode 4. I'll see you all on the very next one. My name is Nin. It has been me, Nin Bum, and we'll see you all on the very next podcast episode. Bye bye.
See ya.